YouTube has decided to not share my videos with everyone who subscribes. Please follow me on social media to stay up to date. Alright guys, first thing first, let's talk about Brooklyn 99, the MICK, and The Last Man on Earth being canceled by Fox. Now this news literally angered me today. It really did piss me off because I'm a huge fan of all three of those shows. And I don't quite understand why Fox would do it. Now, it's got to be money at this point. The ratings may not have been the best, but the ratings, and I would argue on network television, are probably down for anything that's not CBS or ABC in some respects. And the fact that Brooklyn Nine-Nine moved to Sunday night and started getting better ratings should have shown you that the show still has legs. Now, it says here, Fox cut 3 comedies from its lineup, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, The MICK, and Last Man on Earth. The Andy Samberg show is just about to wrap its 5th and now final season, while Caitlin Olsen's The MICK and Will Forte's The Last Man on Earth already aired their Season 2 and Season 4 closers. The call to cancel the trio of sitcoms is tied to Fox's addition of another night of football to its primetime lineup for the 2018-2019 season, and the renewal of a large portion of the network's freshman seasons renewed. An individual knowledge programming it. So essentially what they're saying there is, hey guys, Fox Sports wants to put another night of football on your television, and so you're going to cancel 3 shows that people love because of football. Arguably, look, from the perspective of just football and ratings, it kind of makes sense because football will always draw in more overall. There are a lot of people out there that like football, and if Fox has the rights to like Thursday Night Football or whatever the hell it is, or whatever else they're doing, it's going to pull in ratings, and those commercials and that's going to make more money than these shows. That's one of the reasons why they should probably find ways to send them off into other networks, send them to other places, because right now we're in this golden age of television on streaming. Right now, Netflix would be a perfect home for these kind of shows, especially The Last Man on Earth. And unfortunately, when it comes to that though, what we're seeing now is basically that Hulu is looking at Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and there's been reports of a deal taking place with that one. There's been reports of them like maybe wanting to work on it because that is owned by Universal. That is actually not a 20th Century Fox owned property. But unfortunately, The Last Man on Earth, as well as the MICK, are both owned by 20th Century Fox, meaning those shows are effectively canceled. That is, unless some kind of big fan movement happens to save those shows, it's not going to happen. Now, when it comes to The Last Man on Earth, I'm okay with them finding a way to end it, but give it a solid ending. This is a show that has a very weird tendency of being able to make you laugh from just pure, unadulterated, grade A, like just cringe. You're cringing and you're laughing so hard, but then also to take you up there laughing and then just plunge you down into this like deeply emotional state, right? The show is a roller coaster of emotions, and it's one of the reasons why I love it. I was waiting for season 4 to end so I could then binge the entire season. I will fully admit, in regards to it being canceled, I'm probably part of the problem. But then again, I also watch everything on Hulu. So for me, that doesn't matter. Now, the MICK, on the other hand, I watched, I want to say probably 2/3 of the season. And then I had my daughter, so it's been hard to kind of catch up on everything. So I was waiting for that to finish up too. But again, the MICK is a show that I thought, based on the first trailer, like a year and a half ago, that the show was going to suck. I saw that first trailer and I'm like, this looks so stupid. This just looks like Sweet D got a job. And don't get me wrong, I support Caitlin Olsen. We went to the same high school. We have the same alma mater in that regard. She graduated a few years before me, but my cousins all know her. And so, like, from hometown pride, I'm just like, yeah, go Tiger to high school. Go Tigers, got to support my own and stuff. Ended up watching the show. Absolutely just floored by how funny it is. Floored by how they just keep going crazier and going darker and going wilder, and the stuff that they get away with being on TV is insane. And it's like, this is a good show. I love it. Both my girlfriend and I thought we were going to hate it, ended up loving the show. And so unfortunately, both of those are now dead unless there's some kind of campaign. Now, when it comes to Last Man on Earth, just give us a finale. Give us a TV movie or an hour special just to wrap things up. Even if it feels rushed and feels truncated, go ahead and give us the time, because as fans, we want to be able to experience that. As fans, we want to be able to see that. But right now, unfortunately, this is where we find ourselves, and it is crappy. It is super crappy that we're not being able to get a full conclusion. This is why, honestly, guys, this is why I have so much trouble with television. This really is why I have so much trouble with television. I do that because I look at the situation and I'm like, why do I want to invest into these characters? Why do I want to invest my time into getting to know this world that's being created and shown to me, only to then have it ripped away without getting a proper finale? I think that's why people wait for the shows to come out so they can watch the whole thing. They wait because they don't want to feel that loss. It does feel like a breakup. The cortisol levels do rise. You feel an emotional connection to these characters and these settings. And when they get taken away like that and this never given a proper conclusion, that actually rests on your shoulder. It goes into the back of your mind. It goes into your subconscious. And I think it does kind of keep you from wanting to go and experience a lot of other new shows because, quite frankly, you're afraid of being hurt again. It almost feels, and this is going to sound crazy, and I might catch a flack from this in the comments, but it almost feels like battered wife syndrome, right? Like these companies, they keep beating you down. They keep, building you up emotionally and then just beating you down, right? And then they want you to come back every year and do it again. It feels like that, which is why I like Netflix, which is why I like Hulu, and why I like these companies that are like, for the most part, they're not perfect, but for the most part, they will give you a conclusion, a finale. And to me, that says a lot about the current state of television and why I choose to spend my time watching stuff on Netflix and Hulu when they give that extra care, when in many cases, these guys don't.